Temple looking, stolen by Burke. Yep. Burke ahead to Mudiay. Mudiay throws it down. Steal for Burke.
Yeah. What's good, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K, and we won 3 in a row. Now, I know the first thing you're thinking, you're looking at this video and like, yo, CK, this video is not like how your videos are normally shot. Well, I'm not gonna have much time to edit tonight or last night, the night before this video came out. So I'm gonna have to do this video a little bit differently, and this video is going to be a lot shorter than my normal videos that are around 10 to 15 minutes. I do want to go into more detail about what happened last night and all the other stuff, but I really can't because, like I said, the video is gonna have to be short. But I will be talking about last night's game some more in tonight's episode of Coast to Coast. That's right, for those who were looking for Coast to Coast last night, did not see it because, like I said, I didn't have much time to edit because I had something going on. So we decided to move it to tonight, which is Monday tonight at 7:30 PST, same time, different day. So be there, and we will definitely be talking about this last game against the Memphis Grizzlies, the at the time #1 or #2 seed in the West, Memphis Grizzlies. But yes, we're gonna go into more detail about last night's game tonight in the podcast, so be there, be square. But let's talk about it briefly, shall we? The main storyline that everybody knows about was the fact that Fizdale was playing against his old team for the first time, and actually the crowd reception to him was a lot better than I thought. I didn't think they were gonna boom. I just thought it was gonna be one of those things where they weren't gonna care enough about it because it wasn't really drama filled in the sense where, like, you know, he cussed out the front office or whatever. He brought the team to the playoffs, and then they had a rough start with the whole Marc Gasol thing, and then he got the boot. So I didn't know if the fans were going to care much about it. If you're a Grizzly fan watching this right now and you have some thoughts about Fizdale and what happened in that situation, please let me know in the comments below. But I honestly wasn't expecting. I thought it was just going to be indifferent, but I was very pleased to hear, very happy for Fizz to hear the reception that he got when he was announced. Really classy, but he's ours now. You ain't getting him back. Shout out to JB though. I'm a fan. I like JB Bickerstaff, and I think this is the first time in a long time he's actually had a good unit to coach. So I'm happy for him, and I hope he's able to keep that job for long term. The Knicks go in after winning 2 games in a row to playoff teams, the Celtics and the Pelicans, and now we're going against another potential playoff team. Like I said, the second seed in the West at the time, the Memphis Grizzlies, and we came out with a W. Great production all around. You can tell that the guys were playing for Fizdale, which was such an awesome thing, because normally in these situations, of course, more times than not, the players want to win for their coach and want to win for that scenario, or if it's a player coming back to a team they used to play for and vice versa, and whatever it is. You know, it's really cool to see these guys that they really fought, especially Emmanuel Mudiay. You can see there was the moment after the game when he embraced him for a long time. Even Azonia, who embraced him after that for a while too, for the same reason. Fizdale is the kind of guy that you can potentially say is reviving these guys' career, but in the sense he's somebody that believes in these guys.
And we're figuring out ways to win games now, whether it's getting stops, you know, a timely executed play, or a big shot from somebody. But this young team is starting to figure a couple things out.
The biggest pieces and assets to our roster right now are compiled of lottery picks that had the potential to become busts. Noah Vonleh, Mario Hezonja, Emmanuel Mudiay, Trey Burke. All these guys are our key players on this roster right now, including, you know, rookies. We have 1 lottery pick, a second rounder, and an undrafted guy. Fizdale is a great teacher to the youth, and you're seeing it with Mudiay, and Noah Vonleh is another one that, you know, gets lost in the dust. These are guys that we thought their careers were just gonna be, they're just gonna be players that make it in the league and just survive in the league. Mudiay isn't gonna live up to who he is. And I'm not saying Mudiay is living up to that superstar, you know, that superstar spectrum that a lot of people had him on. Let's remember he was drafted a few picks after our own Kristaps Porzingis in that same draft. But for Fizdale to bring the best out of these guys and to get their confidence at a high level, to make them bring the best production on the court, is what we're seeing right now with Emmanuel Mudiay. Can we talk about the best highlight of the night?
Burke ahead to Mudiay. Mudiay throws it down.
My birthday is December 24th. That's right, the day before Christmas. And the only thing I expect from my lovely CK crew, send me a poster of Emmanuel Mudiay dunking on Garrett Temple, okay? I want that eternally put on my wall. Where? I don't know. It's gonna go up on my wall somewhere because I need that moment to be remembered. The minute it happened, y'all were blowing me up on Twitter, blowing me up on Instagram. Y'all know my love for Mudiay, and I'm just very happy to see him turning into the player that I expected him to be. I still expected more from him, but what we're getting right now is a beautiful step in the direction for the guy that I think he can be. He's still super young. Don't forget that. Be there tonight for the live show, Coast to Coast at 7:30 PST. I will definitely be talking about last night's game in more depth tonight in that podcast. I just say a few words about Mudiay and the whole dynamic of us winning this game for Coach Fizz, and I felt like that was such an awesome moment. But we'll go into more depth tonight. Be at the live show, Coast to Coast, baby. All right, so we're gonna do a quick one, a quick comment of the video. Arco Jeffrey says, Emmanuel Mudiay killed it. I'd like to see more of him. Preaching to the choir, my man. Preaching to the choir. And I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot more of him. He's been closing games now and resulting in W's, so I expect to see more of him too. Justin Remedy said two things. He said, he's not mud, he's Emmanuel Mudiay. He also said, we got 3 of the top 10 2015 lottery picks. Knicks are up to something good. That's what I'm saying. Like, I said that prior to this video. Like, we picked up a lot of these quote-unquote rejects in the draft, and they were lottery picks for a reason. You know, they're just in the wrong systems, and Fizdale has the key to unlock them. And we've seen that with a Marcus, so we've seen that with a Michael Conley. We've seen that with one of my favorite players on the Grizzlies that got in a little bit of scuffle with Noah Vonleh, but one of my favorite players on the Grizzlies team is JaMychal Green, and he's one of those guys that Fizdale handpicked himself from the G League and turned into the player that he is today. It's just that Fizdale has that capability. I'm not saying that he's, you know, like the NBA Jesus or whatever, but he knows how to get the best out of players. And I just feel like you said, he has some up his sleeve with these guys. He knows that these guys were picked that high for a reason. He's gonna get the best out of them, and we're seeing it now. I mean, look at Hazonia, the guy I hate on all the time. He's put him in the starting lineup for a reason. There's a method to the madness, and I joke and I complain a lot on Twitter talking about why is he starting, and I do firmly believe it. I do believe that we should be having Kev playing more minutes than Hazonia, or even putting Dot in rotation over Hazonia. But at the same time, I get the method to the madness. At myself, I'm a fan of the revival of careers. I'm a fan of getting the best potential out of players, and I love what Fizdale is doing. Whether we win or lose, like, winning is so much sweeter, as we can all talk. But all right, guys, I've talked way too much. This video right now is recorded is long enough. Like I said, I don't have much time to edit this video tonight or last night, so I have to keep this short. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Whether the videos are long, whether the videos are short, you guys are amazing. I hope I can see you guys tonight in Coast to Coast. Show you boys some love. It's gonna be a fun show. We're talking about a lot of other things that happened in the league this last week, but we are definitely opening with that game against the Memphis Grizzlies with our New York Knicks. All right, much love to you guys. Y'all be safe. 3 in a row. Our next game coming up. Oh God, I never know what's behind me. Our next game is against Detroit tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that game. I'm a fan of what Detroit's doing, so I'm looking forward to that game. I will see you guys after that game in the next review on Wednesday. Y'all be blessed. Catch you guys tonight. We out of here. Let's get it.